Traders, welcome into this video. I want to review some of my top setups going into the back end of this week. We have quite a few decent stocks to watch right now. There have been a lot of momentum names recently. Data center stocks have been really strong. Clean energy has been really strong. Robotics is something that is really emerging. So those are the key themes for the future, right? So it really revolves around AI. So energy to power the data centers. Data centers are essential for AI, and robotics plus AI will obviously be the future. So anyway, most of these setups involve something, one of those themes basically, and we have a lot going into tomorrow. So Cypher, let's start at the weekly. This thing is on an absolute tear. Cypher in June of 25 was at $4, peaked at 25, so obviously a huge move there. It dropped in the later stage of 2025, and now it is pushing higher. So we're at a key point here. Out of this structure, I expect Cypher to challenge and test new all-time high levels, and beyond that, stock should obviously go into clear sky mode, essentially, where it's just making new highs. But anyway, getting out of this structure here is a very big deal. I want to see an increase in volume over 1920. So 1920 is really my trigger level for this stock, or you could say over previous day high. So technically today's high was 1926, I believe, or 1931. So just above that level with an increase in volume will probably be my trigger. I do expect this stock to make quite a big move. Iron is one of the leaders in this space, the data center theme, performing really well. Cypher is slightly behind, but it has a great chart, so I do expect this to make a good rally. HUT is also very similar to Iron. This is one breaking out to new all-time highs. The stock hasn't produced since 2021, so in the recent era of this stock, where they're recognized as a data center, not a crypto miner, this is basically making new highs. And it broke out today, but the trigger level for me was hit in the last minutes of the day, so I decided not to take it. I didn't want to just buy a stock to then swing overnight and just have unnecessary overnight risk. So this is another stock that I would consider entering tomorrow. I like that it's breaking out to new highs. So HUD and Cypher are both data center stocks, former crypto miners that are intriguing trades. UMAC. So UMAC is receiving some support off the 21 moving average. This is a robotics play. As you can see here, the stock moves in pretty strong waves, strong wave, and this stock will rebalance or distribute lower, wave to the upside, pull back, and we're on another wave here. I do believe that this stock could be setting up for another push to 20 and beyond to retest and challenge to create new all-time highs. But anyway, it is receiving support off that 21 moving average. I want to see how it reacts to the 9 EMA here. Will it push above that? Will it take this previous day high out? I think if it does that, it retests this level here. And I think if it retests 19, it should go if it gets an influx in volume. So this was kind of a shakeout move. These two red days here were a little bit of a shakeout move. Get some support off the 21, push higher, and that will likely break out from there. So robotics, data centers, that's what we're looking at so far. Galaxy, this is a crypto name. It has a really good chart, receiving support off the 9 EMA. This structure here, I think once it clears this structure, basically above today's high, 33.50 you can call it, I think it'll make a good move. You have to be aware that earnings are approaching next week, but anyway, I think there's enough time to sneak in a trade here. It can definitely see a nice strong push into $40 or 41 resistance level if it takes out the structure, so I like it a lot. GLXY. ONS is a little bit trickier. This is another one that was able to find some support, but this stock has been really hot over the last several months, and I do expect it to continue. This was one of the hottest names in 2025, one of the best performers, and I think it's setting up to squeeze out of this wedge here. It may need to pull back one more time, tighten up a little bit, but I do think a squeeze is coming. This is another robotics slash drone type plays. It fits into the defense theme as well, which has been really good. Aerospace and defense is another strong theme, which we're actually going to be talking about next. But anyway, ONS has the potential to squeeze out of this structure here and make a pretty big move. There's a lot of traction and a lot of narrative behind this stock. So narratives are always good. Retail investors love narratives, and the more people we have piling into a stock, the better. Rocket Lab's tricky at times. The space stock. It was one of the best performers of 2024, and one of the best performers of 24, and also one of the best of 25. And it has been strong into 2026. This structure may need a little bit more time, but it's something I want to watch out. I just want to be aware and continue watching this structure here, because I do think it will push into the triple digits momentarily. If we look at ASTS, this thing is on an absolute tear. It's surfing above that 9 EMA, and it's trying to break out today. I think I will take this over previous day high. I think that's a solid level. It tried to break out today. It's just about it closed just above the key level. I think tomorrow could be the day that sends this higher. And if it pulls back, I would look to take a pivot off of the 9 EMA. It's respecting that pretty well. NUAI is one of the more speculative stocks, or the most speculative stock on this watch list, but it has been on an absolute tear, right? It was as low as 225 or for the new year, it was as low as about 230, 240. Made a push all the way into 940, so just incredible move. This is a big ADR. 20% ADR implies the stock can double in a few days, but it's tightening up here. This is a tight range. I would drop down to the hourly to kind of better assess the structure, and I think it needs a little bit more time on the hourly, but it is going to tighten up a little more possibly and give us a really good entry opportunity to have a really powerful trade potentially. This is just a stock that squeezed out of this range here, and it's tightening up. And now that it has momentum, I don't expect this thing to just slow down and chop. It should probably attempt another breakout soon. ABAT. So this is a stock that was intriguing to me in Q4 of last year, or September of last year. This was a great breakout, very clean, and we got a very quick move from 5 all the way to 11. Since then, the stock pretty much fell apart, and it's just been trying to balance itself out. We saw a little bit of a change in character here when it put in a low at $3, and then we saw a rally into $5.30. And since then, it's basically been consolidating, but it's tight with its moving averages. The range has compressed, and I do think that a strong move is imminent. $5 is the key level for this stock, but I would also look at tighter structures as well. But yeah, $5 is the key level here, I would say. The weekly is very, very good. You can see the upward trajectory here, and this is a clean consolidation that typically results in a strong upside facilitator. So ABAT is one to watch. Also, it fits into the clean energy space, which we really like. So RCAT, this is another drone manufacturer, as you can see on the weekly here, just about getting ready to push new all-time highs, which breaking out of this is a pretty key spot here. If it can break out of this structure and push new highs, this thing is in price discovery mode. you have blue skies ahead. There is nothing holding this stock back. Once you have a stock that's making new all-time highs, especially a speculative stock, you have just tremendous upside potential and big momentum. There's not really any level of supply or resistance that traders look to as an area of weakness or an area of, resistance. There's nothing really holding it back, like I just said. So this is a stock I really like. It's respecting the 9 incredibly well. Only one close below the 9. And as you can see, the last 2 days it, clearly pushed back above. And I want to see a little bit more consolidation out of this, which would provide us with a really nice entry opportunity. But this is something I'll be watching every day for the next few days, because a breakout of a structure into new all-time highs is a really, really big deal. And for a stock like this in the drone industry, drone robotics, that is a very hot theme right now. So yeah, every stock on this list is in a hot theme, whether it's clean energy, whether it's AI, whether it's robotics, aerospace. These are all hot themes. The only other theme that is really hot that is not on this list is the rare earth metals, which many of them are trading lower in the post-market today. So, but anyway, guys, thank you for watching. The Discord is in the link in bio, or in the link in description. So is my X. Go check those out. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.